as they call themselves. And you know, we have also been clamoring for compensation for the victims of those that were killed and those that lost their properties. We've been doing this in the last 2 years. We've had calls to twice go on no food supply, block every supply of everything that is coming from the north to the entire western states, the first one, the second one to the entire eastern states, just to express our displeasure and to push further our demand for the payment of compensation for lives lost and properties destroyed of northerners within the period of these uprisings that took place. Now, we've had, like I said, the first no food supply, the second no food supply. We've had meetings with the Chief of Staff to the President. He has invited us under the leadership of Governor Yahaya Bello. We went, we discussed, we were asked to withdraw the protest with the promise that compensation will be paid. That compensation we've been pursuing, we've been following up. We've written several letters, we've written several demands, we've been called by the authorities, we've had several meetings at different times in different venues concerning this very issue with government agencies, still promising to pay this compensation. 2 years gone down the line, this administration has only a few days left to live, yet this compensation has not been paid. Our people have been agitated, complaints have been high, cries have been up, and then a lot of the government itself and the security agencies knew very well what our association did in order to stop the reprisal attack on the western and the eastern citizens that are resident in the northern part of Nigeria. All the security agencies and the government itself is aware of how much we have worked to make sure that there's no reprisal killings, there's no reprisal attacks, there's no reprisal destruction of property of any southerner or easterner resident in the north. That we have done, and then like I said, the government itself is aware of it. They have even thanked us for it. But this payment has not been done. The families of those destroyed and those that lost their properties, the agitation is on, and the continuous killing has not stopped. Most especially, even the security agencies themselves, they are not spared from these people. And we said, pay compensation to these people. Committees were set up. These committees, up to now, there's just nothing forthcoming about it. So the people are agitated, and they are saying we should go back to the road and block the road. And we are looking at so many angles in taking that decision, and this is the reason why we are addressing you guys now. We are going on a peaceful march. We are distributing protest letters to various government agencies, to the Office of the National Security Advisor, the Office of the DG DSS, the Office of Secretary to the Government of the Federation, the Office of Chief of Staff to the President, the National Assembly Senate President, Speaker, as well as all the security agencies. Now we are sending all these letters to all these demands to all these people, reminding them of the dangers of not paying these things, that we have tried our best and we are insisting they should pay. Otherwise, if this thing goes out of hand, we've been able to control families, children, relations of these people. They have been agitating and wanting to take certain action, and if that action is taken, at the end of the day, they will now be the ones to be blamed. The fact that 2 years down the line of various and non-stop complaint, queues, cries, government will might not necessarily look at that. So we are saying, pay this compensation within the period of lifespan of this government as promised, which we think is about 13 days. Otherwise, we will have no option than to go back to the third action of blocking anything supplied from the north to the entire southern and the eastern state, just for the purpose of putting our demand and making our position known again, in case if the government have forgotten about this. You know the number of people that were killed. If you don't know, because you've been you've been so generous and magnanimous, the members of the press, in expressing and sending our messages across. In case that is forgotten, we will have a little display, a little display of page by page of this very item. Raise it up. One, please. These pictures will be displayed as they are, for the members of the press and Nigerians and even international community to see that the continuous killing and destruction of properties of northerners is still ongoing by most especially the IPOB and ESN. We have condoned this thing for a very long time. We are saying enough is enough. We can no longer continue to tolerate this kind of a thing. Then they will, I repeat, the government knows how much we have tried to stop reprisal attacks. At this juncture, we are left with no option than to address this press as we are addressing, and then to also go on a peaceful march to distribute this document. If between now and the next 12 days nothing has happened, we can guarantee Nigerians that we will block, we will stop every supply, every movement of anything moving from the north to the entire southern and the eastern states, and that this is not a threat. The government knows we have done it once, we have done it twice. Though we are law-abiding citizens, we respect the law of the country, but also the citizens of the country, most especially citizens of Nigeria from the northern Nigeria, also have rights. They have right to their life, they are